Like, when you see greatness, what does it look like? Right? That's how I view it. I'm like, when you see Mike, why is Mike considered the great when he was playing?
Because he never lost.
When you see Kobe, why would Kobe be considered the great in his era? When you see Bron, why would Bron be considered? I believe this to the core. The reason we have the Mike and Kobe comparison as far as bringing Kobe away from Mike because he's a mirror splitting image of him is because they played in the same offense. They prepared for the same thing. So if you put anybody else in the triangle offense, who else has been in the triangle offense except for those two guys?
Melo.
Is Melo considered top three, like Jordan, Cole? Is it Jordan, Cole, Melo? No. It's Cole and Jordan because Cole was able to take what Jordan did in the triangle and say, I need to do this shit like this. When Kobe's his three-peat, he was not nothing like Jordan. He was still Kobe in high school. 22 years old, he was trying to find himself. But when Phil actually got to him, when Shaq wasn't an integral part of that anymore, it was like, all right, this is what it looks like when Mike didn't have a Shaq. That two-peat, before he was trying to get that three-peat, when he got back-to-back, that's what the Michael Jordan reflection looked like. It's like, yo, this nigga playing just like Jordan.
So would you give Kobe has 5 rings, right?
Yeah.
Would you say he's better than LeBron if you took away the first 3 because he wasn't even him yet? And he only has 2.
I just say that the him before the 3, before the 2 without Shaq was a different Kobe that we can't measure when it comes to comparing him to LeBron, because that Kobe was insane to me.
No, what I'm saying is if you just give him his 2 rings when he became the dominant force, because what you're saying about Melo is Melo didn't have Phil when he was younger to even get the winning part of it.
But were they
right? Kobe got 3 rings
in the triangle?
Yeah. When he went to New York and his growth in New York was impressive.
Yes. Yeah,
now, if you would have had him when he was in Denver and let him learn how to win early, he probably could have had a ring or 2. But what I'm saying is, with Kobe, they won championships before he even became his greatness. So we're judging him by 5 rings. Now, if we say, all right, you take those rings out, when you became him, you only have 2.
Right.
Now, would you put him in the top 3?
Absolutely. Okay. Because those 2 were so impressive. They were back-to-back without a top 75 player. He did it against top elite guys, which is LeBron in Miami, Paul Pierce, KG. Like, the league was at its top peak when Kobe was really dominating still.
I was still in Cleveland, I think, right?
He was in 2010, 2011.
Yeah, he was still in Cleveland.
The Magic beat him to go to the final.
Okay. So when I'm looking at that metric, it's like, if we're gonna include the championships just to have the conversation, that's gonna give Bron a conversation. But I don't ever really try to do the conversation with the championships because I'm like, it's skill-based. But if Bron play in the triangle and we see what Bron play like in the triangle, now I'm looking at the metric between Jordan, Kobe, and Bron in the same offensive setting where they could thrive. Because I think that's what gives Mike and Kobe a different element, is because they played in the same offense where they got to be compared to each other.